Give me that drama. Give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Let us begin. Results. Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Turns up the heat and cooks some with the combo. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. All right, what's coming up next? Grabs them. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Blocks the ambiguous cross. Hold your breath. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. They exchange blows. Big throws. Knockdown and... They were expecting that drive impact. Big low attack to pick up the win this round. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. It's the drive. The last round. It's now or never. Player 1 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Gets it the perfect fireball range. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start putting super on it to show them what a PhD and fighters can do for you. I hope you're not a lightweight because one sip of this cup is enough to ether you. Raw super hard incoming. Catches them out. Yes, sir. More damage, please. That combo finishes it. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. That combo did decent damage. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a trip. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Knockdown. Projectile to try and KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Gets the knockdown, and now did well to get the buster. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Can they stop this light lead from getting bigger? That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Hit them with a stop and pop. What'll happen here? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Decides to buff up while they can. Lots of aggression from both sides. Grabs a solid advantage after that big combo. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Had the radar up and running. Grabs them, takes a trip. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Does a good job of pushing back. Life lead opens up. Blocks the impact. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. Side switch in the corner. Who will capitalize on blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player big low attack to pick up the win this round. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes with the safe stuff, looking to impress with this super big anime vibe from period down. Player 2 holding on to that. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous rider. Hits them with a stop and bomb. What's the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive arm? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Knock them out of the air. Oh, here we go. Dangerous range here. The low heavy connected. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build them some. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Lots of aggression from both sides. What's the play here? Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. The pace is slowed considerably. Who will make the first move? Who's it gonna be? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Solid throw tech. Okay, creating some space here. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Drive gauge finally recovers. Parries the projectile. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact? Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Blocks the cross. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? This is gonna be bad news. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
What's wrong? Get up!
Overdrive Hadouken. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Both fighters planning something? Their will to win is really being tested here. Sets up with the jump in. Doing some quick planning? Brushes that off and keeps going. Life lead is there. Burns out. In attack range. A fireball at that range? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Just believe it's time for that run back. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Parries to cancel the fireball. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punch counter. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Who's gonna make a move? Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Throws out a projectile. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. This KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts to reposition. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Well-timed corner switch. Pokes with a medium kick. Jumps in. Oh, easy tag. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Brushes that off and keeps going. Oh, burnout triggered. Going in. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump. The drive impact doesn't work. Looking for a chance. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Noticeable slowly. Punish counter on reaction. Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let us begin. Hope you're ready. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with a projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Who's it gonna be? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. No good up high. Both sides looking for an opening. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? Projectile to try and change the situation. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Player one chases them down. All right, what's coming up next? Where is their opening? Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Holds out with the block. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Knockdown. Grabs him. Taking stock. There's an overdrive on. Gets a risky buck in. Jumps. Misses the grab. Time to reassess the situation. Goes for the jump in. Player two has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. A deficit here. Can they turn the tide? Barely blocks the jump in. So little life left. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Perfect move. They decide to take a breather to regroup. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow? Jump in finds the mark. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Goes for the throw. All right. Starts with a jump in. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Did well to get the buff in there. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Trying to read each other here? From up above. Goes for the drive rush there. Grabs them. All right, what's coming up next? Player one creates a good corner opportunity. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Player one has completed their drive game, but they are still KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Big, low, reaching header. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player one has a slight life lead. Sonic boom. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Shoots off a fireball up close. Gets a risky buck in. Quick breather. Bumps up. Flicks out the blade to creep up. Player one has the life lead. Can they use it? Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Knockdown and the impact doesn't do anything. Plenty of time left for some drama. Pokes with a medium kick. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Time to reassess the situation. Doing some quick planning. Jumps up. Not much life difference. A quick breather. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Perfect input on the Sonic Boom. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Sonic Boom. This can lead to some big damage. Gotta do better than that. Checks him with the boom. Time's almost up. Gotta hurry. Knockdown at the low. Somehow manages to block the jump. There's a drive impact. Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The throw connects for counter hit damage. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Uh-oh. Falls short. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Takes a trip. In a dire situation, just can't afford any mistakes. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Did well to get the buff in. Checks him with the projectile. There's an overdrive shorty. Was hungry for the grab. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Knockdown and... Ooh, hits him with a stop and block. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up!
A gutsy fireball gives them the round. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. That's gonna leave them rattled. The last round. It's now or never. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Were they baiting them into that? Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Connects with the throw. Like low heavy. The low kick hits. Blocks that off. Player reads the jump in perfectly, letting it all out. It adds a bit of OD spice there. Big, genius read with that throw escape. Both willing to risk it for the overdrive. I can throw heavy out of nowhere. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Hits the air throw. Was hungry for the grab. Player 2 hits him with a stop and block. There's a punish counter. This can heats it up with a combo into super. Player 2 chases them down. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. In with a backstep roll. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. They were expecting that drive-in time. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive-in. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout throw, brushes that off and keeps going. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Max SA draw critical. What's gonna happen? In attack range, knocks them out of the air. Flatlines them. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Grabs him. Fires off an overdrive bar. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes. What's the play here? Still slugging it out here. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Very solid corner switch. Got their eye on the air. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Can't tech the throw. Takes a trip. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Brushes off the impact. Grabs him. Strings it. Shinku Hadouken! Player 1 had a rough go of it last round due to poor drive management. But there's still time to adapt and turn this match around. Going in. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? This is gonna be bad news. Going wild with Shout of Earth. Brings out a bomb. It's cute and makes people, oh my god, what a throw set. In with a backstep roll. Okay, here we go. Player 2 needs this and leads us big damage. What burns the game? What a finish! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good parry there and starts off zoning with fireballs. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Combo with the target combo. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Did well to get the KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Big throws. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Still scrapping for control of the space. Fires a power wave. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Raises with power wave. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Going in. Shinku Hadouken. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Knockdown and player 2 holding on to that KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes to the overdrive.
My turn.
Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive now. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player 1 chases them down. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. They trade hits, and now fires a power wave! Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Knockdown and oh god, finishes with the throw. Player 1 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Overdrive Hadouken. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The jump-in is denied. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
What's wrong? Get up.
Keeps fighting ahead even with a depleted drive. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Denied. Gotta be careful. Oh, burnout triggers. Both fighters planning something? Player one has low heavy. Going in? They must have a game plan, big low attack to pick up the win this round. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Round one.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Starts with a jump. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 has the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Anticipated that counter and blocked. Neither fighter can rely on their drive anymore. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Blocks the low heavy. Decides to meet them in the air. Takes a trip. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the knockdown, and now, are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Grabs him. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown and big blows. Raises with power weight. And hits him with a stop and block. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Gets them with the anti-low heavy. Drive gauge gap here. Drive it back, misses. Looking for a chance. Fires a power wave. How did they read that throw? Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. A real test of doesn't test the throw. Player 1 brings it home.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Don't expect me to be a pushover. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Starts with a jump in. Gets a chance with that jump in. The impact gets blocked. Uh-oh. Falls short. Gets the throw to side switch. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. Okay, creating some space here. Low heavy. Throws him. What's next? What's the play here? Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Decides to buff up while they can. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Oh, easy tech. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Nice tech. Gets the jump in. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Left off a projectile to waste time. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They gotta keep their eye on the timer. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. So little life left. Going in. Team 2 has a KO! Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 1 chased down to the wire. Pay attention! Back throw for the side switch. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Grabs and throws them away. Bumps up. Still slugging it out at this range. Both fights burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to hit. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. But this unleashes some big damage. Players looking to impress with this super. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. He throws them. Fireball into the corner. There's the low. Player 2 throws that off. Dragon Lash. Anticipated that throw. And whiffs. They're wide open. Shakes things up. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Reads the jump in perfectly. Prepares a drive impact. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. What's next? Gets into perfect fireball range. What are they gonna do? Nice fireball. Jump! And whips! They're wide open! Excellent block! Crowns them from above! Block! Can this drive bring them back? Turns out! It tries to make something happen with an overdrive on it. These fighting this elite, they are done! That was a fight heard round the world! Yo! What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Deftly shuts out the jumping. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Grabs him. Taking stock. Drive lead opens up. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Was looking for that jump and hits him with a stop and block. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. A quick breather. Medium kick hits. Barely blocks the jump in. Drive usage is back on the table. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Both fighters. The kick hits! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Overdrive Hadouken. Oh, says no to the impact. Player 1 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. Can they stop this fight? Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Can this drive bring them back? Thinking cap overdrive Shoryuken. Can both fighters continue without drive? All the throws connects. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Dangerous break. Flatlines him. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. Overdrive Hadouken. Jumps up. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 2 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. Knockdown. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. A nice hold your breath. Burnout is triggered. Taking stock. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. The low doesn't connect. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Takes a trip. Each hit is so important here. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. Both drive rush to keep it going. Hits them with a 1-2-3. Burnout. They check the tempo of the match to kick. A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? The drive impact is denied. Okay, they trade hits. Jumps. Very solid corner. Player 1 will look to apply pressure. Very slick with the combo. Genius read. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Controls the distance with a smart two-left back. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Big opportunity now in this corner. Drive rush to keep it going. From low heavy to not much life difference. What'll happen here? Grabs and throws them away. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. The low heavy's blocked. Medium kick hits. They trade hits. Oh, here we go. The low kick hits. Wow, reads the counter and some flatlines them. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Now, find a new rival.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Those aren't working here. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Good parry there, and Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Throws them. What's next? Gets them. Player 1 set the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Player 2 really suffered there in the corner for a while. How can they avoid being put there this round? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 can't use any burnout activates. Knockdown and Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. Life lead is there. No! Straight up the back, how you close it out. What a beast! Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. How's this? From low heavy to sees it coming and blocks it out. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble? Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Oh, burnout on both sides? Taking stock. Throws them. What's next? Player 2 chases them down. Heading into good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Each hit is being through Hadouken. KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Quick dashing. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Knockdown. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. They were expecting that drive impact. Street right here. It's a good spot to use the super. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Looking for a chance. Player 2, oh, burnout triggered. Player 2, genius read with that throw escape. A quick breather. Angel, burnout activated. Super to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. The drive impact doesn't work.
My turn.
Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the low heavy. Connects with the throw. Player 2, it burns out. Player punish counter sets the table. What now? Chuck the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. Tons of space between the fighters now. Sets up with the jump in. Just go for it. Gets the tip with the low heavy. That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Ooh, what's this? Player 2 with the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Solid combo. Taking stock. Reacts to the throw. The low heavy hits. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Blocks the low heavy. Reads them. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. All right, what's coming up next? Light lead opens up. Checks them with the projectile. Did well to get the buff in there. Trying to read each other here. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by hold your breath. Good heads-up decision, opting KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to tank. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Free glove. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. So, what's next? Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Brushes that off and keeps going. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Uses the gauge for a super arc. The big flex. The broken jaw. Shin Shoryuken.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1, the low's blocked. There's a wall spot. They can't do anything now. Can either of these fighters finish? Turns out. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Oh, burnout. Do they mean to close it out? Ooh, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. Blocks the jump in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Throws him down. All right. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Grabs him, take it, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 chases him down, takes a trip, ends with a projectile. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Overdrive Hadouken. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Jumps in. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Knockdown and... Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. No knockdown as the low heavy is blocked. A quick breather. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Hold your breath. KO! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Difficult situation for a throw. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? All right, still slugging it out here. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. What are they thinking here? Player 1 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. Taking stock. Decides to puff up while they can. Good chop. Oh! We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Life lead opens up. Gets the jump in. Shows the medium kick. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Grabs them. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Going in. Jumps up. Reopening on that impact. Will they take it? Smart play with the throw. Plus out the parry. Still slugging it out at this range. Hits them with a stop and block. Players, were they baiting them into that? Life lead is there. No! Critical art now? Gets the critical art. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. What's next has a bit of OG spice breaker. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Blocks the low kick. Connects with the throw. Throw is denied. What a read. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. Reads the throw and escapes. Clutch, anti-air. Keeps him out. Closes in. Throws him. Amazing. Hits the drive. Throws up a bump. Finds the target. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Jump. There's a burnout. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Okay, here we go. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 may be able to pull a doesn't catch the throw. That was catch as catch can.